Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anis Mansara binti Ismail. My metric number 231328. So today I would like to present about introduction and next background of the author of the book, and lastly the logic discussion presented in the book. Mantiq orology is a fundamental science in the Islamic intellectual tradition guiding the human mind towards structure and sound thinking. This project used Ar-Risalah Asy-Syamsiyyah fi Qawaid Mantiqiyah by Najmuddin Al-Katibi Al-Khazwini as a primary reference. The objective of this project to analyze the structure and content of Mantiq in the book, to compare Al-Katibi approach with other book of logic to evaluate similarities, differences and effectiveness, and lastly to assess of the relevance of his method as scholarly and learning tools in contemporary context. To achieve all this objective, this project began with present the main content of book, then analyze and compare Al-Katibi methodology with other book, and lastly evaluate the structure, writing style and intended leadership with the Ar-Risalah. Ali ibn Umar ibn Ali Al-Katibi Al-Khazwini, known as Najmuddin Dubrayan, was a Persian scholar, a philosopher and logician. He was a student of Nasiruddin Al-Tusi. Najmuddin authored numerous works across various fields. Among them Al-Syamsiyyah, Hikayat Al-Ain, Al-Mufassal and Jami' Al-Daqa'iq Kashfi Al-Haqa'iq. Additionally, 3 of his treatises were published in Faiz Al-Maktutat in Baghdad. First, Al-I'tiraf bil-Haq, Confession of the Truth. Second, Ihbat Wajib Al-Wujud, Proof of the Necessity of Existence. And lastly, Munaqashat Ta'liq Al-Alusi fi Ihbat Wajib Al-Wujud, Discussion of Al-Alusi comments on the proof of the necessity of existence. In the book Ar-Risalah Syamsiyyah fi Qawaid Al-Mantiqiyah by Najmuddin Ali ibn Umar Al-Khazwini, divided into an introduction, 3 main section and also a conclusion. This book is divided into 3 main section, each containing smaller topic related to Mantiq. The first one, section focus on fi al-mufradah, and it consists of 4 small subtopic. First, fi al-faz. Second, fi ma'ani mufradah. Third, fi mabahis kulli wa juz'i. And fourth, fi ta'rifat. For the second section, the author focus on fi qadaya wa ahkamiha, and it consists 3 small subtopic. First, fi hamliyah. Second, fi aqsam syartiyah. And third, fi ahkami qadaya. And the third section, fi qiyas, that consists 5 small subtopic. First, fi ta'rif qiyas wa aqsamihi. Second, fi muhtalatat. Third, fi iktiraniyat kainah min syartiyah. And then fi qiyas istisna'i. And lastly, lawahid qiyas. And after that, this book make an conclusion.
At-Tohirah binti Rizwan, metric number 2319886. The topic of our project is the book Ar-Risalah Asy-Syamsiyyah fil Qawaid Al-Mantiqiyah. I am the second presenter and I will present the perspective of other scholars and the critical analysis. For the scholar's perspective, I refer to Syarhul Matlaq and Mi'yar al-Ilm fi Fanni al-Mantiq. In Syarhul Matlaq, I explains the author's perspective on Qadiyah Syartiyah Munfasilah and the type of qiyas. Meanwhile, in Mi'yar al-Ilm, shows that Syartiyah Munfasilah and syllogisms are also applied in other fields such as jurisprudence and theology, but with different terminologies. For the critical analysis, I begin with my own analysis and then make a comparison. Compared to Syarhul Matlaq, Ar-Risalah appears to be more organized and easier to access to its main discussion, while the content and subtopics arrangement are largely similar. Compared to Mi'yar al-Ilm, Ar-Risalah is more theoretical, while Mi'yar is more practical, as it highlights the applications of logic in jurisprudence and theology. The future research can be made on examining lecturers' perspective on the book's effectiveness in teaching logic. It can include students' understanding on what is being taught or students' engagement during learning. The result from the research can offer useful insights for other lecturers to consider in using the book in their teaching. One of the critical importance of this book is that it covers subtopics related to the basic of logic. As we know, basic logic must be strengthened first to understand deeper logical discussions. Thus, this book helps enhance students' existing understanding, enabling them to grasp more advanced logic that they will learn in the future. So that's all from me. Let us move on to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is At-Tohirah. Now we analyze the scholarly perspective on logic, centering on the core kitab, which is Ar-Risalah Asy-Syamsiyah. In the kitab, logic is defined as an alat qanuniyah, which means an instrumental law that protects the mind from error. The perspective is powerfully supported by Imam Al-Taftazani in his kitab At-Tohirah, which introduced the metaphor of the mizan for the scale. Here, logic doesn't create trust, but it allows us to weigh an argument to see if the certain trustworthy versus opinion. By mastering this tool, we move from the tactic, which is blindly following, to tactic, which is true verification. Secondly, we explore the journey of the trust shared by kitab Risalah Syamsiyah and Imam Al-Ghazali in his kitab Muskil Al-Anwar. Both texts view knowledge as an abstracted essence. The kitab Risalah Syamsiyah focuses on the logical hierarchy, starting with a singular term, which is mufradat, rising to concept tasawurat and culminating in the qiyas, the highest form of reasoning. In Imam Ghazali provides a spiritual dimension to this hierarchy. He described a transition from the world of a sense, which is more, to the world of the unseen. For Ghazali, logic is the niche of the light that helps us see through the veil of the physical world, while the kitab Syamsiyah prioritizes finding the new knowledge through logical structure. Al-Ghazali ensured that this knowledge leads to the soul back to the true light, which is Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Jamila Rohani binti Mustafa by batch number 2316800. Now I will explain about writing methodology of Ar-Risalah Syamsiyah. Ar-Risalah Syamsiyah is written in a clear step-by-step order. The book starts with the easy ideas and then slowly move to the difficult topic. So the book is start with what is logic. The author explains what is logic and why is it important. And the book is divided into three main parts, which is the first part is talk about basic idea of logic, such as word, meaning, and the simple definition. And the second part is explain about statement. Is about how to know if the statement is it true or false. And the third part explain about the qiyas, which it how to think and reach to the correct conclusion. At the end of the book, there is a short conclusion that is linked to the logic to the other areas of knowledge. So the writing style for Ar-Risalah Syamsiyah is very difficult and use many special term and also using the classical language. So because of this, the book is not easy for beginner, and this book is only good for intermediate and expert student in logic. So for the conclusion, logic or Mantiq is important because it teaches us how to think in the right way. It helps us to understand ideas, argument, and conclusion clearly. So scholars say that logic protects the mind from the wrong thinking. Muslim scholars explain that logic is a tool for the mind. Imam Al-Ghazali also said that a person who does not know logic cannot be fully trusted in knowledge. For a student, especially in religious study, logic is very important. It helps students understand other subject better and think more carefully. In the future, logic should be taught using simple language and clear explanation. The teacher also can use a discussion and simple activity to make learning logic more interesting. I think that's all for me. Thank you.